Aloha! This is your bratty Squirrel, here with a quick disclaimer. The Squirrel Tangent podcast contains explicit content and parental discretion is advised. So no bitching if you get fucking offended by anything. Thank you. Thank you very much.
And welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in for another episode of the Squirrel Tangent. I know we've been gone for a while, and I'll fess up, I was lazy. It was my birthday week. And yeah.
The week before, I just felt like crap.
Yeah, it happens. But, yeah. So this year I turned another year older, and as a reward, I get, apparently I've got tendinosis. And jacked up knees too. Welcome to getting older, huh?
Yeah, he has crunchy knees. You know, the you know, doctors always bitch at you to lose weight, to say that you'll be healthier and this and that. But I'm sorry, people who are like run marathons and whatnot all of a sudden drop dead, and they're all physically fit and whatnot. And then you see people who get gastric bypass surgery and they lose a whole bunch of weight, and then they gain a whole bunch of medical problems, like they're like certain vitamin deficient, or they can't even eat certain things anymore because they throw up, and then develop issues with their ankles and their knees and their hips. It's like, what the fuck did you get that surgery for? To
fall
just
apart?
Be fucking fat and happy.
Yeah, no, I was fat and happy, but unfortunately, me being fat and happy meant that I was diabetic, and that could affect my job, because apparently if you're diabetic, you could be subject to things like falling asleep behind the wheel or going into diabetic shock or insulin shock or whatever, and getting in a crash, and that cost people's lives. So, okay. I lost a truckload of weight. I have my blood sugar under control, and then 3 years later, my knees are crunchy, my elbows are crunchy, and yeah. Oh well.
Fun.
Fun. I never had any real issues medically until I moved to Vegas.
Yeah, I know. Back home,
I mean, teeth issues, yeah, but medical issues, nothing.
I had my regular stuff, but we come here and you get fucking sick. You get hit by cars twice. You get in a fucking car accidents, and
end up with a hernia, getting incarcerated. Incarcerated hernia. Basically, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's
they put your guts in jail.
Basically, like they went through the puka in the muscles, and
explain puka.
Puka hole. But they went through the puka in the muscles and got stuck, and then infected on the outside. So, incarcerated hernia, and that's what landed me in the hospital, and actually in really bad condition.
First he gets that. He has 2 years ago he has that, and then this year he decides, oh hey, his body decides, oh hey, let's have a rave in your heart. And not stop.
Although I'd be scared of any rave that had music running at 170 BPM. I mean,
crappy ass happy hardcore.
But no, 170. That's happy hardcore. So if you want to know how fast my heart was beating, look up happy hardcore. You're welcome. Sorry.
I don't know. Something else might come up. And think about it.
I could just see it now. Somebody was making sure that they have to smile the entire time they're boning.
People don't smile while they bone.
That's not normally the expression they have. Usually it's some
Why?
variation
You're
of
supposed to be having fun.
It's some variation of O face that usually you have
You're supposed to always be looking like you in pain.
No, that's the ones where they accidentally put it in the wrong hole.
Or like Japanese digitalized porn where they sound like they're killing them. Like they've got giant dongs.
Oh, speaking of porn subjects. So I saw a license plate the other day, and wow, how am I going to link that one? The license plate was CUKLD.
Cuckold. Ew.
You want to describe what cuckold is?
You brought it up, you.
Cuckold is the genre of porn where the husband and or wife gets to watch but not participate in any way, shape, or form in their significant other boning somebody else.
But the significant other that is getting boned can look at the significant other that is watching and humiliate them.
In fact, that's usually kind of a requirement.
Saying that pee-pee is better than your pee-pee.
Yeah.
Not exactly like that.
Well, no, they usually use much more colorful verbiage.
It's the big box of crayons.
Literally.
Yeah. Stop.
Because they usually do it with
the Gigantor crayon.
Yeah. You know, what was that one one video I found on, and I think she and I do our absolute best to disgust each other with the videos that we send one another. The one where they were talking about what to do with a 16-inch Johnson.
Run. Run.
Well, if the guy has a 16-inch Johnson, he can't run. He can't run. He still has to use it, so he can only use just the tip.
All he can do is play just the tip. And that is if he can get the blood flow all the way to the end. Either that, it's a fucking limp wiener. A fucking limp beef stick.
Yeah. But, okay, so apparently this video was describing how to use a particular locking mechanism that had I guess they called it a Johnson, but it was like a zip tie, just metal. Like a giant metal zip tie that was 16 inches, and it was describing how to use a 16-inch Johnson, which the description can't sound clean. Like, it just can't. It's like trying to pack a really, really tightly stuffed storage locker. You can't discuss how to do that and sound clean.
You brought this up, not me.
There are certain subjects that you can't discuss and sound clean. That's
You can describe clean subjects to me and I will make it dirty.
you do it frequently.
I can't help it.
She accuses me of being a dirty old man.
You are a dirty old man.
And
you and your friend Bill are two dirty old men. Sometimes I am speechless when I look at some of the shit he posts. I'm speechless.
He's one of my coworkers, and he has a particular brand of humor that anybody
Dirty
that I
old
work
man.
with that knows him knows that this is what he is. So it's not even a surprise to anybody. And
although I do send him stuff through you, which is just as bad.
seriously, like, you find the most disgusting stuff that makes you laugh, and you're like, oh, you gotta send this to Bill.
Because, not many people appreciate it.
Exactly.
Like I'll post it in the one group, and then all the fucking girls will, like, all but two get offended. Like, oh my God, like they clutch their fucking pearls while they're posting thirst traps. And
I don't get it, because, I mean, it is absolutely known, and I have heard women when they don't think anybody's listening.
I don't care. I talk while you're listening.
Right. But I've heard women, when they don't think anybody's listening, be as disgusting as you could possibly be. Like, way more graphic than any guy typically is. Mm-hmm. We're rude and crude. Women are dirty.
And detailed.
And like, they discuss consistency. We just discuss action. They're like, oh, and it was ropey and stringy or whatever the fuck, just they'll discuss flavor and
ropey and stringy. If somebody is ropey and stringy, he needs to go to the doctor.
I don't know, because guys don't talk like that. We just don't. We also don't go to the bathroom in pairs. In fact, if we go in the bathroom with somebody we know, we will separate ourselves by at least one stall and not say a word. Like, you do not speak when your dick is in your hand.
Oh, please. 3 girls go to the bathroom and sometimes squish themselves into one fucking stall.
No, not ever gonna happen with a guy. Like, if you could have a spy cam in a men's bathroom, you would see the fact that at all times... I want
a spy cam in a men's bathroom.
You'd be looking at their back. But at all times, if it is at all possible, there will always be at least one urinal between men.
But if it's busy and you gotta go, you just go.
Oh, dude, if it's busy and we gotta go, we are the first ones to piss in a sink.
And hello, you guys have fucking piss troughs. That is disgusting.
I haven't seen one of those in a public place in years.
Fucking piss troughs.
And I agree.
That is so gross.
I absolutely agree.
And is also giving men the false ego of thinking that they're hung like a horse.
No. Because even in those piss troughs, which I have not seen in years, we at all times avoid looking at another man's dick.
You haven't looked down ever?
Nope.
Don't you lie.
Nope.
Don't you lie. Like a little...
Only time I've ever seen another man's dick, the last time I've seen another man's dick in other than a sexual situation, and
other than a sexual...
I've had 3-ways.
Have you been to orgies lately that I don't know about? That's why you take long walks through the park?
Like I said, not lately. But other than a sexual situation, the only time I've seen a man's dick in a bathroom...
Or in a box.
was in high school. And now I will say that there was one dude. Now... And this was so much so that women would ask...
Does he have a strong?
What is it really as long as they say? And I could not lie, because this dude, Javier, there's enough Javiers out there. I feel safe saying his real name, but I'm not going to give the last name since somebody might want to hunt him down. But he was damn near to his knee.
Ugh.
Like, big boy.
Was it meat or just the turtleneck that had a lot of...
Girthy and long. Like, and at that's because we go in and we take a shower. And you can avoid looking at an average dick. You know, it just...
Girthy and long.
It doesn't catch your attention. But when you got one swinging like a fucking pendulum that's as big as your damn forearm, it catches your fucking attention. I'm like, that'd be like a dude running down... Henry Cavill running down the street in gray sweats and no boxers on. That would catch your attention.
It would be hypnotic. Ding, 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 ding.
I am sorry, Henry Cavill. If you mention this, if you hear this in by some miraculous way, you actually hear us discussing this.
But you know, it's disrespectful to look and sexualizing men. If you look at them in gray sweatpants, it's the same as if a man staring at boobies.
If I walked around and had that much to show off limp in gray sweatpants, I would be doing it on purpose.
Oh, God.
Look at me.
I'll never forget that guy in that used to walk around Waikiki that would wear black spandex, the bike shorts, and everybody knew if you said the dick of death, they're like, that dude in Waikiki walking around with the bike shorts. Yep. It was, bruh. You couldn't help it. It poked you in the eye from a block away. And then when you got closer, all you got was these nuts in your eye.
Right. And see, now you never...
He had like cow balls. They were huge.
And why is it? See, now you can have a guy with huge nuts and like micro penis.
Oh no, this was a tomahawk piece of meat and the big gigantor potatoes.
Oh God. Ooh, somebody's calling. I'm ignoring that.
Who's calling you?
I don't know. It didn't have it was an 808 and it didn't have a name attached to it. Probably spam. We've been trying to reach you about your car's warranty.
Your car's extended warranty.
Oh God. And the bad part is we still actually get those calls.
I just got one that I knew was bullshit because it was saying they wanted to do a survey for something from Nevada, and it came from an 808 number. I was like, hello, if you're going to spam me, do it fucking right. But the other day, I got a high-risk call.
Them's the ones that
it full-on said high risk and completely blocked it, and the number was just all ones.
Oh, yeah. So,
it wouldn't even show me the number. No, I mean, like, it was just ones all the way across.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So I'm like...
So, I don't know if anybody that's listened to us long enough actually remembers when we had the water issue. Almost a year ago now.
What water is... Oh, when we have the flooding in our kitchen sink.
Yeah. So, it's happening again, but not to us. Entirely.
It's our neighbor across the way.
And so the way our apartments are set up, we've got 4 units that are all hooked up to one pipe. And because of that, when the main blocks up, everybody does.
And it's more so the ground floor
right
units, which
Yeah, because we're basically an escape. It fills up into the ground unit and then overflows there, and it never gets up to the top. So the top floor is just using their water all willy nilly. It's like
and just making the downstairs worse.
Right. But
and being that our upstairs neighbor is special, we'll just say special.
She's being so nice. But the one across from us now, apparently the water flooded so badly that it's actually taking up most of the way down the hallway in their house, halfway into their living room, and their entire kitchen floor.
Which means they didn't. That's why the nice neighbors from before, we were always wondering why they always went to the pool at the same time every day and was taking like all this stuff with them. And it was because they hadn't been able to use their shower in over 6 months?
Yeah.
And they were showering at the
pool.
The bathrooms that had the shower at the pool.
But so now we come to find out that he's got so much water damage that they're going to have to yank up half of his fucking floor and put in new. But it's also gotten into our walls. Yay us. Fortunately, it's all going to be on the HOA because it has to deal with the water main.
But they have to contact our property manager and then have to contact our owner, because being that I'm disabled, they can't just tell us, oh, you guys got to find somewhere to stay.
Nope, they got to put us up. They got to put us up.
And they have to put us up somewhere and pay the animal fee, because I'm not.
And we're not going to be leaving our animal behind, and it's not our fault. It's the HOA that has old ass pipes that are fucking breaking down. So, yay.
Yeah.
Downside is that while this is going on, we're going to have to go through probably like a week of ordering out, which is going to cost a lot of money.
But what also worries me as well is I don't trust when they expect tenants not to be in the house while repairmen are there, because we have valuables that if disappeared, I will chase them down.
Oh yeah. No, and we'll know exactly what's in our house, and pictures will be taken for any kind of proof and evidence. And we'll know exactly who it is that's working on our unit, what the name of the company is, what everything. Because
I'm betting it goes all the way to the washer, because I always complain about the smell from the washer.
We really hope not.
Well, there's no buckling in the wood over here.
Right, but if it goes down the wall all the way to the washer, that means they have to rip out all of that.
And your shower, it makes this screeching sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an annoying one. And of course now, and this is a bad time. Well, it's never a good time for this to happen. We're in that season where Vegas cannot decide what the weather is.
Oh God.
Last week it was in the 90s. It's
even weirder this year. It's getting worse and worse each year that we've been here. This is the longest. I mean, we're in May. We're almost fucking half. Oh, think about that. Almost.
And see, last week we were in the high 90s. Today it topped out at 69 degrees.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, I don't like to use the word bipolar because, it is Mental Illness Month. Mental Illness Awareness Month.
Yeah.
Not making fun of a condition, but let's just say the weather does not has not decided what season it wants to be.
Is it summer? Is it spring? Is it winter?
I mean, we can get all 4 fucking seasons in one day.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this wind has been killing because, well...
I mean, we had a reprieve from the wind, luckily, during the NFL draft. Because if that wind kept on whipping the way it was,
oh, man.
that whole stage would have taken flight. And I would have laughed my ass off.
Because the way they set up now, I was lucky. My vacation for my birthday was on the week of the NFL draft. And so I didn't have to work. But that stage was set up in the fountain at the Bellagio. So for anybody
like right in front of where the actual whoosh comes up, like that front area.
Right.
So it was right in front of that. And I was making jokes before, like, what if they go over the timer that they that the fountains go off and
no, those fountains were still running.
Oh my God. That sound is like, it's loud when you're like that far. To be that close, that must have been like
it's like
deafening.
And the thing is, though, is that what happens if a gust of wind hit right when one of those goes up?
They would have been like...
and the stage that they were working on was giant screens.
Yeah,
they were surrounded by electrical equipment. I'm looking at that going...
Over water. Hello.
They were no more than like 2 feet of
electric eels all in fucking Bellagio fountains. And what if somebody ended up on one of the spouts and shoot them up in the air?
Touchdown!
That would have been great. Field goal.
Oh God.
And then now we're gonna have the speedway shit on the
F1. It's an F1 race.
And that is on streets.
Yeah, on November 2023, we're supposed to have an F1 race going through the middle of Las Vegas.
And hello, they still need to fix all the holes. Granted, there are potholes here and some bumpy roads, but it is nothing like Hawaii. Hawaii has the worst fucking roads.
That's because all the humidity.
No, I read somewhere. I forget what I was reading. I was reading some freaking article, and because it just showed up as like the worst states with the worst roads, and Hawaii came up as number 1. They patch up the potholes with fucking gravel looking bubblegum. I swear.
It is bad. And the thing with this one's gonna go from basically where Planet Hollywood is. So Harmon, right up the road from us.
Planet Hollywood. Okay, the one on the strip.
Yeah. Planet Hollywood, and right across from there is Aria. So Planet Hollywood down to Fashion Show Mall.
That's what, 2 miles?
About that. And then it's going to bang a right on Sands, go up and around there because it goes around that new dome thing that they're building.
Isn't it going to be kind of close to where we live?
No, it's the other side of the strip. They're going up.
Because I was going to see if it gets close enough, we'll be able to hear it.
We'll be able to hear it anyway. I've been at one of those racetracks, a Formula One car. It sounds like they're barking.
You know what the traffic is going to be like?
Oh, it's going to be insane.
I don't know why I'm worried, because I'm not going to fucking drive, but...
You're not, but I will be. I'm going to be driving a big-ass bus with people that are pissed off because we're not going to go anywhere near the fucking strip for like a week.
And because, some people work on the strip.
Right. So they're going to have to get off like a mile away from the strip and walk the happy ass over there. Not going to be happy people.
No. Not at all.
And it's not going to just be one day, because the race is going to be one day. Then they're going to have like a day to break everything down. Then they're going to also have like the trials the day before. Plus they got to do all the setup the day or days before that. So
and when is this planning to
November of 2023.
So next year, while at the same time trying to fix everything up and do all the venues and the pageantry and shit for the fucking Super Bowl in 24. Oh
yeah. This next couple years, Vegas is going to blow the fuck up.
And then now the Oakland A's? No, Oakland.
Yeah, no, the Oakland A's. The Oakland A's are talking about coming here. So we'd have our own pro baseball team too. We'd have
once they opened it up for the hockey, everybody came flooding in.
Yeah.
Because I guess they couldn't find a reason. And I mean, the main reason for not having any kind of sports in Nevada or Vegas was the gambling.
And, well, as long as the players aren't gambling.
No, that wasn't it. It was, I mean, it kind of goes back to mafia days.
Right.
You know, paying off players and bookies and the sports bars throwing stuff. And, you know, it had its point. For a long time.
We went to Dickie's.
Not the clothes store. There's a place called Dickie's Barbecue Pit.
And to my my Hobbit friend, I'm sorry, it is Texas barbecue, not Memphis. I know you'd be like all clutching your pearls at that one, but
oh my god, Becky, he said Texas barbecue.
Oh man. We did get a new
I get a new Funko Pop doll.
Yeah, it could not be resisted because
he should. See, this is the thing. He likes to show me things that he knows that I'm going to like. So I finally just told him, don't show me things you're not going to fucking get. I don't want to see it because you know I'm going to see it and I'm going to get all money. And so I said, unless you plan on fucking buying it for me, don't show it to me. And there was, what is this? 10 inch?
9 inch.
9 inch flocked the Funko Pop doll of Squirrel Pool.
It's a full-on squirrel with
Deadpool head and the swords, and it's great and fabulous, and I will never take it out of the box, but the box already came with some warping and slight damage.
It is original box, but
it's not. It just looks like it was in the storage room in the back.
It probably went through some heat or something like that. But yeah, no. Squirrel Pool is awesome.
So he got me Squirrel Pool. And the thing about it is I will usually, very rarely will we buy ones that are not exclusive to a store or exclusive to online. We have a few that are not.
Right.
But mostly, if we're going to sink money into like these bigger ones, they have to be exclusive to something.
And this one is a GameStop exclusive. So if anybody wants Squirrel Pool, he's about 9 inches tall and he's GameStop exclusive. He's cool.
But the thing is, we can't keep saying Squirrel Pool because we call Ma Petite Squirrel as her nickname. You know, like how everybody has a pet, but calls their pet everything but their actual name.
Yeah.
So most times we call her Squirrel because we should have freaking called her Squirrel in the first place.
Right. That would have been an appropriate name that we would actually use.
But or freaking Lilu. Lilu Dallas Multipass.
Chicken.
And that's her favorite. Chicken. And the reason why it would have been Lilu is because Lilu had orange hair.
Orange hair, yes.
And Ma Petite is a ginger.
Mm-hmm. And one of
and
those
a girl.
Not so common female gingers. It's amazing how many friends of mine actually have cats. We have several friends with dogs too, but we have a significant number of...
Because cats rock.
Well, so do dogs. I mean, they all rock.
Pembroke corgis have the best butts.
Okay, so there's a show on HBO Max called Hot Dog. It is a dog grooming show.
Oh, God.
Some of the outfits or some of the things that they do for these dogs is just ridiculous. But apparently it's the same in the dog grooming industry as it is in the human grooming industry.
Human grooming?
There is a disproportionate number of gay men that do the job. Because, like, almost
every episode, there has been 2 women and a gay guy.
Right. I mean, there might have been one straight guy, but...
No, there wasn't. And now not like we got anything against them, but the host is gay.
Yeah.
The host is gay, and there's 3 contestants, and it's usually there was only one episode that had 3 women.
Mm-hmm.
The other ones were either two gays and a female. No, you know what? I think you are right. There was one straight guy.
There was one straight guy.
You had a straight guy.
I think that episode had like a straight guy, a gay guy, and a chick. But it's like the industry must have like that disproportionate number of gay men. That if you're a guy, it's like.
But there's this one guy a groomer that I watch on the Clock app, and he's not gay.
Well, that may be.
It's not like they're gonna fucking blow off each other to make it, hey, look, I'm gay.
Right.
In case you didn't know.
Right.
I love the pee-pee. Fuck.
Oh, God. Oh, there was another fun little license plate that I saw this week.
Jizz Lord! No.
That one was hilarious, and that was one I saw online, but there was
let Jesus
it was
thrust
actually
in you.
as funny as it was, and that was printed on the back of their window. Or no, it was Thrust in Jesus.
Oh, Thrust in Jesus.
Thrust in Jesus, yes. I'm sorry, but if you're gonna put religious stuff on your vehicle,
fucking learn how to spell it.
Learn how to spell, because if you say Thrust in Jesus, I am going to absolutely know you meant that as some kind of sick perversion. So a blue and white car on Revenge of the 6th was driving down the street, and their license plate was ART2D2. R2D2.
Oh.
They had the license plate R2D2, and I was like, I was all excited.
Good grief.
I'm such a fucking nerd.
Mm-hmm.
But we are finally getting Brandy to sit down and watch all the way through the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
I
Have low-key been obsessing over the Amber Heard Johnny Depp?
I watched that. I have watched that trial. I think I missed like the first couple days.
Right.
But I purposely wake up early because they're in the East Coast. And now when they come back from their little week break, they're going to start an hour earlier. So I have to wake up even earlier to be able to watch it at 6 o'clock in the morning all the way. Woo.
Oh my God, the stupidity that comes out of Amber's head and out of her lawyers' mouths.
Amber Turd.
And granted, I am not going to in any way, shape, or form doubt at all that Johnny Depp is a druggie.
He never said he was a saint. He
not
does not have a reputation for being one either.
No. Although he does have a reputation for being a fantastic philanthropist. He does have a reputation for being an amazing person to be with.
This is another thing she lied about, saying that she didn't know who he was until she met him. That was a crock of shit. One of her friends from high school said that when she went over to her house, high school kids hanging out, that she had Johnny Depp pictures on her wall.
Right. I mean,
she knew who he was.
How did you not? Like 21 Jump Street? From that show alone, I think half the girls in...
She's only in her fucking 20s. Yeah, when they first started dating, she was 22, 23, and he was
20.
He's actually like 20 years older than her.
Isn't he a little older than your brother?
He's 58.
And she was like, yeah, it's...
He met her when he was in his maybe late... I don't know.
Yeah, because if you met her in like his late 30s and then...
No. Late 40s. Yeah. If he's 20-some years older than her.
Right. So, yeah. And how would you even miss that? With the fact that, okay, great, you didn't see Pirates of the Caribbean, but Nightmare on Elm Street, 21 Jump Street, Pirates of the Caribbean, Benny and June. I mean, it's not like he wasn't in...
Who's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow.
Sweeney Todd.
Like, it's not like he was in movies that nobody saw.
Crybaby. That's one you don't know.
No, I know Crybaby. I only watched it a couple times. It was more a girlfriend's thing back in the day.
It was cheese.
Yeah. Well, so damn many good movies are cheese.
But the best acting is still Donnie Brasco.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. She might take the cake with her Kyle Rittenhouse impression.
I know. And doing a fucking bump right on the stand.
Right. It like...
You couldn't wait to go to the fucking bathroom to fucking snort? You hid it in your fucking Kleenex? And needed it that bad on the stand? She's just a turd. Amber Turd.
Right.
Amber Heard the turd.
And it is bringing to the forefront that there is a large number of guys that are psychologically and physically abused by their
significant other. And because it's so... I am man, you are woman, and, it's always men all... A woman can never physically overtake a man and blah, 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 blah. But there are some men that, yes, they could physically dominate a woman, but they weren't brought up that way.
Right.
And that's not in them to hit back.
Because it's a catch-22 for us. We are trained from birth, basically. You never hit a woman.
But if you're brought up in a household such as mine,
Mm-hmm.
and where there was domestic violence since for as long as I could remember.
Right.
That's why I have
Some of the issues that you do.
and why I can remember things from when I was 2. Tell me who has a memory, who can remember things from when they were 2.
Most people block that shit out. For some reason, your brain just said, nah, you're going to remember all that shit.
Yeah. So, and where was I going with this? My brain just went.
I don't know.
But, and I've seen other relationships where the female is physically violent.
Yeah.
So it's not where I'm discrediting all women, saying that what they say is untrue.
Not at all.
But men won't, most men who are physically and emotionally abused won't say anything because, you got all the other machismo men.
You got beat
You're
by
a
a
pussy.
girl. You let a woman tell you what to do. So we don't say anything.
You're a pussy and yada, 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 blah,
And
blah,
the bad
blah.
part is half those people that say that have been in that situation and know it to be true. They're just taught that they're not allowed to show it. And we're taught that 1, we're not allowed to hit a woman, and 2, if we're hit by a woman, we're not allowed to show that it hurts us.
And for some men who grow up in that type of household, either they become a product of their environment or they take a different road.
They're the exact opposite.
Yeah.
And, it's tough. Society isn't fair to any gender. Women are too skinny, too fat, too short, too tall, not big enough tits, not big enough ass, too much tits, take no woman, like she posts a picture online and it could be the most stunning woman you've ever seen in your life, but then you look down the comments on that picture and half of them are just horrible,
nitpicking you.
Horrible people.
But you go to their profile and there is not one fucking picture of them.
Mm-hmm. So in reality, us as human beings are dicks. We're not nice. And the downside is we need to learn how to be nice because there are people out there, there's real world consequences for people that aren't nice.
And don't use, I'll say, things as a crutch. You be a good person because you want to be a good person.
Right.
Don't use a crutch. I'm trying to be as PC without.
Just because somebody else is a dick doesn't give you the right to be one.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't use a crutch to say that made you a better person. You get what I'm saying now? Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have morals without a crutch.
Mm-hmm.
You can be a good person without said crutch.
Don't depend on anybody else to be a good person. Don't depend on anybody or anything else. Do so because it is simply the right thing to do. That's the basic concept. And
I mean, I could crutch entity. That's another one.
Yeah.
Not person or thing, entity or crutch.
It's tough because a lot of people use.
I mean, even rehab uses the entity and crutch.
And see, now that one, to me, that just sounds like they're replacing one addiction with another. If they're going to replace one addiction with another, do it with something that's constructive, like art, music, literature, But anyway. It's hard not to get a little bit serious when you watch that stupid trial.
I mean, and even the one about taking out his dick, he couldn't even be cool about it because even his personal security guard was like,
no.
He had that, you can tell that he's a gruff English gentleman. So that sounded more Irish, didn't it?
It sounded more Scottish.
Oh, okay. I don't know, one of them white people things. So, but it was all like, didn't Mr. Depp start to urinate in the foyer? Blah blah blah, and he's all, no. And then the stupid lawyer's like, didn't Mr. Depp take out his pen? And as soon as the word penis came out, it was like, objection.
Oh,
and he, I get, because there's a slight delay, he didn't hear the objection, so he didn't know to stop talking, and he's all, if I seen Mr. Depp's penis, I think I would have known about it. I think I would remember. And Johnny Depp just about died. He had to put his head down because he was fucking laughing.
Or Amber's, I didn't know if it was a jar, and then him mouthing, I got a jar of dirt.
Yeah. The lawyer the dude that's right next to him hears all his snide remarks, and he tries not to laugh. I got a jar of dirt.
And Brandy just now saw that movie for the first
time. So now I know
time.
what he meant. I'm like, what the fuck is he? I got a jar of dirt. Well, okay.
Yeah, no. Now he had a jar of dirt. But, oh, God. No, that trial has... It's had its ups and downs, and most of it has been hilarious. Just, like...
And she's even contradicted herself right on. She's done so much shit on the stand that people have caught already that it's ridiculous. And before she even went on the stand, they even tried to remember they tried to have the case thrown out.
Yeah.
Because they knew they were fucking screwed.
Yeah, they moved to strike, and I'm like, no, you must sit in front of a fucking jury of your peers and let them laugh at you.
And she did the full on Kyle Rittenhouse booger snots, ugly face, pretending to cry with not one fucking tear. Not one.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's sniffing and wiping her nose and doing a bump right on the fucking stand.
Right? Because unless she was trying to pick her nose while she was up there.
I mean, if she picked a winner, that would have absolved her. You know what I mean? Some big old giant booger from the depths of her brain.
No, that wouldn't be
But
me.
no, she literally put her finger on the other nostril and went,
yeah.
oh, let's sniff in unison. Synchronized sniffing.
Oh, man. And then, it's just watching his reaction the entire time. Or how about the, did I read that correctly? Did I read that correctly? Yes. Did I read that correctly? Just like the other ones. Did I read that correctly?
His snide, his comebacks are so subtle and so like
dry British.
Yeah, that it's funny.
Yeah, he's got a very, very dry sense of humor, and I'm cool with that. I love a dry sense of humor. So, I understand he's not, a saint, but he
used to own the Viper Room.
Right.
His friend died in the front of his club of an overdose.
Right. And so
it was no secret what went on in that place.
He is absolutely not a role model. He's a great actor.
See, that's the other thing. When you become an actor, actress, model, or anything of public forum media or whatever,
right.
You like people who become like the true word of fanatics. Right. They put you in a role model position.
Right.
And that's not what you ask for.
Right.
You're there to act or sing or speak or tell jokes, and that's your job.
Right. And see, now that's the thing, is because a lot of artists, like Kurt Cobain, actually, he was like, I never wanted to be worshipped. I just wanted to sing my music. And so there's a lot of pressure that goes with that. And I think that's why a lot of them end up in drugs and things like that. It's a way to hide from all that pressure. It's not an excuse. It's really not. But I get it.
Mm-hmm.
It's... Damn, I can't imagine not being able to walk out of my house. Like...
Have somebody recognize you from a televised competition while you're buying tampons at the store. And there's a line behind you. And you're like, and the cashier is like, you should have won. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, can I have my tampons, please? Yeah. Can I just please have my tampons? Thank you.
That was your 5 minutes. That was your 5 minutes of fame, and it's never. It's.
Oh no! Remember that lady that worked at fucking Sears every time we went downstairs?
Yeah.
Holy crap! There was this lady who was just a total fan of this show and knew every person who was in a finals.
Mm-hmm.
And who won and who came in first place and second place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the Hawaii Stars, if anybody was curious, if you can actually find it.
I didn't want to. We don't even know if we packed the tape.
I don't.
And
yeah.
It's a VHS tape. You tried to have it transferred to
digital, and that never worked. And
it didn't transfer.
And
yeah. It's not like. Yeah, it would be cool to still have.
If anybody's got a copy of it sitting around someplace, it'd be great to see that sometime. But
97.
Yeah.
Finals. Yeah. But anyway.
Actually, you know what? It's been an hour. And
longer than any man lasts.
please.
I've seen some men online grumble that 20 minutes is too long.
Yeah. No, if it goes an hour, we're probably in pain. You rub friction into any part of your body for an hour straight. Okay, we don't have the lubrication built in that you do.
Well, I don't know if I got built-in lubrication anymore either.
Probably be like sandpaper now, right?
At least it'll come out smooth. You won't be wrinkly.
No more Snickers veins.
What?
The Snickers veins. You know how Snickers looks like it has a fucking dick on it? Speaking of, we have our misheard words that we didn't even get to.
Oh, it's that time.
We got a couple of them.
Oh God, there's a whole bunch of them. There's like a page and a half.
Well, make sure they're ones that we haven't read before.
I put the line. I mean, it's always either I heard something wrong or he heard something wrong or just outright said something wrong.
That too.
Yeah, because there's one that says, that's because the Supreme Court is primarily... God, what the fuck did I write? I can't even read my writing. What the hell did I write? I can't read my writing. Primarily unicorns. Is that what I heard?
That might be better than what was actually said. I don't know.
Yeah, and then it says you need to put your girds on? What?
Is that what?
That's your writing. And it's apparently something I said. Now.
Oh, and I got
there's one that I don't know if I... Oh, yeah, you said... That's not what he said. I just really needed to burp. And it's a barbecue. In case you're wondering what it tastes like. You said big tank poofer. And I said big pink pooper. I heard big pink pooper. And Greg likes to eat scrimp skimpy.
That's probably one I just actually said.
Scrimp, no, you said scrimp skimpy.
Yep.
Oh, and here... Where I said, did she eat all her breakfast? And this is in reference to my petite. And he hears, is she over Christmas? And here's another one, him saying, talking about the ugly cane. And we were talking about the ugly cane. I use a cane and it's just ugly. And because he, it was something that he found, and when we first got here, didn't have a lot of money, and I had to leave all my apparatuses behind because there was no way that I could carry my canes, my walker.
Your pink Cadillac.
That was Mom's pink Cadillac first. And so I'm bitching about, the ugly cane, and he says, I can't help what came into my hands for free. Now I turn everything dirty. Let me read that for you again. I can't help what came into my hands for free. Way to go, Fisty Fiesta. Oh, God. This is horrible. It's like I can't hear and I can't speak. See, you don't, like, put where one goes with the other. So I'm like, what the fuck? There's one where I told him I left the mixer out so it could dry before putting it back. And genius over here heard I gave the beer to the Mexican so he could drag it back.
What was the one last night? Because you ran out of Mexicans?
I told you to write it and you didn't.
It's bad enough that I just said we ran out of Mexicans.
And you know where most of this, I can't hear you, or I heard something different, or I fuck up saying something, it's always in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's always in the kitchen. There's another one that he says, you have lunch meat, bread, and cheeses. I heard you have lunch meat, bread, and Jesus. I was like, what the fuck is Jesus doing in my refrigerator? Words are hard. And this was the last one before oh. He said, and this time I remembered to fill your poofer. And I heard, and this time I remembered to pull your pooper.
Oh,
and I don't know what I said, I said something and you heard that I forgot to what?
And that we ran out of Mexicans. I can't even think of what it actually was because it's never even close.
Down.
It's never even remotely close. It's just.
It's like, how the fuck did you hear that?
And the one about the pulling the pooper, that eventually led to her actually looking up and again, like I said, we tried to discuss each other as frequently as possible. Prolapsed anuses.
So he kept on talking about it. So
I didn't keep on talking about it.
You
I just
did.
reminded you of the fact that you're like, oh, I'm going to have to look that up.
Well, that's because the whole prolapse thing came about is because one of my conditions, I sometimes feel during that time of the month or before, it literally feels like all of that wants to fall out. That's the best way I can describe it. So, genius over here starts talking about prolapsed assholes and kept on talking about it. And when I laughed, he's all like, be careful, you might prolapse your asshole. And so,
yeah.
Before I went to sleep, he's in his room, and all of a sudden he hears me go, ah! Ah! And he's like, you looked it up, didn't you? I'm like, you asshole! He goes, no, that's what you're looking at. It's like what did I say? A fleshy.
Shai-Hulud.
A fleshy Shai-Hulud.
Now you're going to have to explain your
Shai-Hulud is the big giant spice worm from the movie Dune. And it's just, yeah. Just, and then they suck it back in like, whoop. You didn't see the movement that just went with that sound. I forget that people can't see me, which is probably a good thing.
Oh, God. The day that we actually do video for this podcast is just going to... It'll ruin the world.
Yeah, because I have a face for radio.
Oh, I wouldn't say that.
Wow, it looks like it's about to, rain.
It might
In the
be.
desert. The clouds are there's black cows.
Black cows?
Yeah, and that's another one that comes from a long time ago. It was both him and Mom, and I was driving, and I don't know who said it, if it was Mom or if it was him, and they're like, wow, look at those big black cows. I'm like, what? What are you guys seeing? Big black cows? Between the two of those ding-dongs, they were laughing so damn hard. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's these black cows? I was like, I see black clouds. What? Moo. When cows fly.
Oh, goodness. Oh, man.
Black cows.
Yeah, there's something wrong with us.
Yeah.
Anyway, we are past our hour, and I gotta edit all this stuff up, so we're gonna go ahead and call this one an end. Stretch. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Squirrel Tangent. I know it's been a couple of weeks, but hey, come back. We'll be back in a couple of weeks again. And if you like what you hear...
Because we're squirrels.
Yeah. If you like what you...
Snack on these nuts.
Check us out, facebook.com/The Squirrel Tangent. Check us out on Instagram. Pretty much the same stuff. I'm horrible at posting on both of them. And make sure that if you really like what you hear, share it with your friends and maybe give us a couple of bucks on patreon.com/The Squirrel Tangent. Aloha.
Aroha.
Bye-bye. Bye, Karen.